Welcome back to Ozarks Tonight. Well, on April 2nd, voters here in Springfield will see a proposal on the ballot, and that's for $168 million for Springfield Public Schools. We are trying to understand what all this money is going to do for schools here in Springfield. And joining us today, we have Bridget Dierks, who is a parent, well, a preschool parent, soon to be Springfield Public Schools parent. And Bridget was on the task force who decided kind of how Springfield Public Schools is going to spend this money on these schools. We have 39 different projects on the list, and many of them are renovations, rebuilding. Bridget, first of all, thank you so much for being here with us and explaining all of this, because I know this proposal was already proposed before, and one of the conversations we have had as we have covered this proposal is that a lot of people maybe didn't understand or didn't like the proposal. So tell me about your experience on the task force. What is maybe the top priorities that people at home should know about it?
Yeah, absolutely. So going back in time, a few years ago, we had a bond issue that failed, and that bond issue was a lot different than this one for a lot of reasons. One of them being that the community felt like there needed to be more input from citizens here in Springfield. So this launch and this effort started this last summer, in which we had a task force that came together, and David Hall and I co-chaired that task force of 31 community members. Those members represented sort of every perspective here in Springfield and also represented geography-wise all of the schools. So that was a great opportunity for us to really get a good look at it and also get a good perspective from what our community really needs and wants for our school system and for the children in our school system. The buildings themselves are very challenged here in Springfield. We have a lot of buildings that have very low condition scores, and in fact in this bond issue the average age of the buildings is well over 80 years old. So these buildings are very old. They're not very well functioning for today's learner, and they don't function very well when it comes to things that have changed in the last 80 years. For example, considerate of ADA requirements. That's a huge challenge with a lot of these buildings. One of the buildings that's on the list, Boyd, is a school that has 3 stories and the restrooms are in the basement. So every time a student needs to go to the bathroom, they have to go down multiple flights of stairs to get to that restroom. That also makes it really hard for parents and grandparents who are more challenged physically. That also makes it really hard for them because presentations at Boyd are in the basement. Again, more stairs to get to the place where their child or grandchild is having a school event. So these were all challenges that we saw. We toured a lot of those schools, which was very educational, because you can see the outside of a building sometimes and see that it's beautiful and stately and not really get a good concept on how it functions, and also not to get a good concept on kind of how it doesn't function. So we toured a lot of schools. We learned a lot. This proposal involves 39 projects. A big piece of this proposal has to do with safety and security. This is ensuring that we have secure vestibules in all of the schools here in Springfield, so that when a person enters the school, they have to go in a first door and then have a face-to-face conversation with the Springfield Public Schools employee before they move into the building. We do not have that currently. It's a major safety factor that is very concerning. This also includes some new buildings, a few new buildings, some remodeled buildings that are truly gut remodels, really getting those buildings back to a great functional place, and then also the expansion of early childhood here in Springfield, which is incredibly important.
Now, when we say this is a $168 million bond issue, that sounds like a lot of money, but for the homeowner, I want to talk about what that will mean for the homeowner, because the way we will be paying for this is through property taxes. So, for example, one example you gave me, a homeowner, a house that it's $100,000, that will mean $2.80 a month for a homeowner, is that correct?
Correct. So property tax increase would happen with homeowners. Our good measure is a home that's worth about $100,000, which is a pretty average rate here in Springfield. That would be about $2.80 or so a month more in property tax. It's a total of about $34 a year in property tax, which is really reasonable when you think about ensuring that every kid in the Springfield Public School System is safe and secure in their school building, ensuring that we're getting at some of these most challenged school buildings, and also ensuring that we're able to get more kids into early childhood.
Now, you were part of the task force, and we had this conversation before when I interviewed you for another story we did for Ozarks Fox and Color 10, is that, and what I understood from what you guys told me from another member on the task force too, is that everyone had different ideas, different perspectives. You guys were coming from different neighborhoods, so different schools were in those different neighborhoods, and some people maybe disagreed with one thing or another, or one project or another. Maybe there were still people at home who disagree with this proposal, with the way the bond issue is being presented, or how much it's going to cost. What would you say to someone who maybe is still on the fence about it?
Well, I think people in general need to have a good sense of what the buildings are like. And some of these buildings are really challenged, and we need to look at them from a very logical, eyes wide open perspective, rather than looking at it with nostalgia and thinking about what that building used to be like when we attended school there, thinking about what a kid today goes to school in and the space how that functions for that kid today. I think that's a first challenge that we've seen, is people feeling nostalgic about things. But I would also note that we chose remodel choices as much as possible, both to save money and to factor the historic nature and value of the buildings. So a lot of these projects are remodel projects when we could have chosen new, but we knew that the community wanted to see remodel projects. I would also note that this bond issue is really different from the last one in that we're really preserving community schools, which is consistently something that the community wants to see. Community schools, frankly, are kind of expensive to maintain because there are so many of them, and there's one in every community. But Springfield values that a lot. That's something that we see as very important. And so this bond issue really reflects that our community values those schools, and we want to see those moving forward.
Bridget, is there a website where people can find information on this bond issue?
Yeah, absolutely. So you can go to springfieldpublicschools.org and get all the information about our task force. On that page with our task force information, there is also the full recommendation that we offered to the school board, which is actually for the 3 full bond issues over the course of 12 years. So if you want to see the whole thing and see all the information that we put together and all the research that we did, that would be a great place to go.
Thank you so much. And we have covered this bond issue extensively. You can find all of those stories on ozarksfirst.com, including some tours of the schools you have mentioned. So we have video of those and have also interviewed Springfield Public Schools officials and members on that task force. Bridget, thank you so much for being here.
Thank you.
We'll be right back with more.